Okay, this is more that I'm going to tell you about my thought process when I was buying some vegetables today. This is true. All right, you know, in the wintertime, the vegetables in the supermarket sometimes don't look very good, right? So before we get started, I want to remind you to like the video, comment, and I appreciate it, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Okay, um, so if you go to Costco in, let's say, sometime in the middle of the summer, you're going to see zucchini, giant zucchini, healthy looking zucchini. And I think some languages use like aubergine. They call them something other than zucchini, but in American English we call these zucchini. Okay, but see, look how nice these things are, and they're probably gigantic, right? And but I saw the sign that said zucchini. I turned around and looked because sometimes I make what's called zoodles. Do you know what zoodles are? Zoodles are noodles that you make from zucchini, right? And if you're doing low carb, which I'm doing low carb, I something about me and carbohydrates don't get along, right? If you use that expression, get along, means we don't have a good relationship. That's kind of another idiom. We don't get along, right? But so you can make zoodles out of zucchini, right? And it tastes pretty good. You can make them taste kind of like noodles, right? Pretty close to me. It's good enough for me. Anyway, I like to get a hold of zucchini, but I like to get the giant ones from Costco and make these zoodles, right? And so I turned around and I looked, and the zucchini looked kind of like this. They were tiny, right? I'm talking about these over here. This is a different kind of zucchini, but like, see this? It just sort of looked like kind of sick, and you know they don't look very healthy looking. So in my mind, I said, man, those zucchini are looking pretty sad. Look at those sad looking zucchini. Now, in the normal, like textbooks, when you're learning English, it's going to say, what is sad? That's the opposite of unhappy. But you can use sad to say something doesn't look very, very good. It's kind of like, like it doesn't look, it looks kind of pitiful. That's what it is, like pitiful. But sad is another way of saying it. It looks pretty sad. That's a sad looking. Somebody's got an old tattoo, very old. Your tattoo's looking pretty sad there, right? Or those tomatoes are looking so sad, right? Sad looking, right? I can remember when I was a kid, I had been playing with my brother's records. It was albums, right? And I had been getting them out and playing with them, right? He didn't mind, but he wanted me to put it back in the way that I got it, and he was so funny. He'd say, and as he was getting ready to walk out, he'd say, oh, and by the way, those records are looking pretty sad, right? And so he was trying to tell me, put them back straight if you're going to use my records, right? So anyway, so then this was actually not the case today, but usually in the winter. What is this? Okay, so let's compare tomatoes. So like these look like fresh, natural tomatoes, you know what I mean? And these look also natural. This is the way tomatoes actually look. But look at these, man. These look like processed, you know what I mean? It looks like they were designed and bred to last you know, like on the shelf a long time. The color doesn't look good, right? So if I saw those, I would be thinking, oh, those look sad. Those just look so sad. Or I might say, man, this look sick looking. Those are sick looking tomatoes, right? Even though they don't actually look sick, they just look like genetically engineered, right? Okay. So sad can be, hang on a second, let me change this. Okay. Sad can be used to say something looks pathetic, right? So I will talk to you on the next idiom.